Good evening and welcome to Sunday edition. I am Mandipam Cheche with Noble Mawungwa at our sign language desk. We first take a look at the stories making the headlines. Heavy rains expose opposition-run Harare City Council's failure to repair roads. In our This and That feature tonight, a 5-year-old modeling sensation from Mashingo masters the art of catwalk. And later in our sports buzz, young Chevrons lose opening match with Sri Lanka at the Under-19 World Cup campaign in South Africa. We now take a look at the stories in greater detail. In our first story, the recent heavy rains have exposed the opposition-run Harare City Council of poor management, with most intra-city roads in a sorry state.
Navigating through deep potholes stretched within inches of each other, driving in Harare has become a nightmare. Men are concerned that they are living within inches of an accident every minute they are on the road. In this dilemma, motorists are questioning the sincerity of the city fathers who appear insensitive to the looming danger.
Road mazhinji akafa ane potholes. Zvikuru kunyanya apo padibenapo apakafa. Anesa mavu. Then soon after rain, chingonaya mavhu achitongobva hapana chimwe chinoita.
Mota yadzidodonyura madhaka emo asadodofamba ipapo. Kana chitopusha ipi zvingoroka totochapa kutofamba napo ipapo.
Kunaya kwemvura kwawedzera pakunaya kwayo kuti akuboka makomba akura.
Kanzo yasikuita basi tichemawo. Ubada ngoro dzetikadzema one motika dzikupfuura idzi dziri kunyura idzi.
The burden on the motorist is insurmountable, from delayed travel to heavy costs on repairing damaged car suspensions. Experts, however, say the current situation exposes serious gaps at Townhouse, where the city fathers have failed to access rehabilitation funds from Zinara due to non-acquital of funds in the previous years. In sharp contrast, central government has rehabilitated most of the highways, including the Harare-Masvingo Bridge Road. John Nandara, ZBC News, Harare.
Negotiations for a merger across CBZ Holdings, ZB Bank and First Mutual Life are on track in a development expected to open critical financing for national projects.
It emerged during the Public Sector Management Awards ceremony Friday night that the much-awaited merger will focus on financing national projects. CBZ ZB Financial Holdings chairperson Mr. Lakson Zembe highlighted that talks are in progress ahead of the merger by year-end.
We are seized on it, we're working on it, and it is our hope that at the latest end of this year, we should have completed the whole process. But we have already started work, with each individual institutions to prepare them for this event, and we're happy that all our regulatory authorities are fully supportive of this initiative because it's of national importance. So hopefully, by end of this year, the whole process will have been completed.
Mr. Zembe also explained that the objective of the measure.
We need to build up capacity, local capacity in our financial institutions to be able to drive, anchor, and support our national development strategies. One of the challenges that we face is that we have got quite a numerous banks, but they're all small banks. And we've always relied on going out to borrow money, to beg and kneel before external partners in asking for funding.
The role of banks in national development was a key topic at the awards ceremony, where state-owned entities were honored for excellence in service delivery, corporate governance, and contribution to the fiscus during the just ended year. Stanley James, ZBC News, Harare.
Zayoja Forward in Faith International Ministries leader, Apostle Yuna Guti, has added her voice on current efforts to address drug abuse and juvenile delinquency in an autobiography, which has guidelines on parenthood.
The modern-day parent's ability to deal with teenage mischief has often been put to question amid an increase in cases of drug abuse and juvenile delinquency in general. This comes at a time when mental health institutions are overwhelmed by high numbers of patients with no solution in sight. All hands are, however, on deck as the nation desperately tries to rein in a generation slowly being destroyed. Zayoja Forward in Faith International Ministries leader Apostle Yuna Guti has become the latest revered voice to address teenage misbehavior through an autobiography titled Being Yuno, a memoir of faith and services, launched in Harare this Saturday.
It's a book that has got everything, even forgiveness, how you forgive, and how you as a child in peer pressure can overcome that peer pressure and be who you want to be.
Her plea to the pledge of Zimbabwe is to ensure the young generation is saved from vagaries of the modern world.
If those young children, they are damaged by drugs, what kind of nation are we going to have tomorrow when all this generation that is there, that has walked the way of dignity, and even Zimbabwe is known that it's a country that has got the most educated people. Now, when our young children, they go into drugs, where are we going to get those people? That's my cry.
The book also sheds light on the profound impact of her late husband, Archbishop Ezekiel Guti, while also offering inspiration and guidance to individuals seeking personal growth and success. Farai Gwaze, ZBC News, Harare.
The Zimbabwe Republic Police has launched an investigation into the murder of a 57-year-old man from Zombe who was found dead with missing body parts and a skinned scalp.
In a suspected case of a ritual murder, Fanuel Mwale, aged 57, who was a teacher at Rio Tinto High School in Zombe, was found dead close to the local business center on the 19th of this month. According to the police, Mwale was last seen on the 18th of this month after work. His lifeless body was found the following day with missing eyes, nose, and ears. His head was also skinned with an unknown sharp object. Police have since launched an investigation into the bizarre incident, which is suspected to be a ritual killing. Meanwhile, 5 people died while 35 others were injured in 2 separate fatal road traffic accidents last week. In an accident that occurred on Thursday, 2 people were killed while 12 others were injured when a Toyota Dyna vehicle veered off the road before overturning and landing on its roof along Harare-Nyamapanda Road. The bodies of the victims were taken to Murewa Hospital mortuary for post-mortem, while the injured are admitted at the same hospital. 3 other people were killed on Friday, while 23 others were injured when a Nissan Caravan commuter omnibus, which had 18 passengers on board, was involved in a head-on collision with a Toyota Wish with 8 passengers on board along the Harare-Bulawayo Road near Kwekwe. The bodies of the victims were taken to Kwekwe General Hospital mortuary for post-mortem, while the injured are admitted at the same hospital.
Elsewhere, a 17-year-old murder suspect has appeared in court facing charges of killing his former classmate. The 17-year-old boy from Marira village under Chief Ndanga in Shurugwi appeared before Shurugwi Magistrate Percy Mukumba on Friday facing charges of murder. Allegations are that on the 1st of this month, the deceased Tawanda Muziwi, who was also 17 years, was watching television at Chachacha Business Center when he was approached by the accused. The court further held that the accused confronted Muziwi, accusing him of bullying during their primary school days. It is alleged that a misunderstanding ensued between the 2 former classmates, leading to a fight. According to court papers, the accused withdrew an okapi knife and stabbed the deceased 3 times on the neck. The accused fled the scene, but he was arrested at Wanderer Mine in Shurugwi, where he was hiding. He was remanded in custody to the 22nd of this month for continuation of trial.
Tragic incident indeed. Our hearts and prayers to those families. On to our next story. The ruling ZANU-PF party says it is ready for the Seke and Goromonzi South by-elections scheduled for the 3rd of next month.
As the ruling ZANU-PF prepares for the forthcoming by-election in Seke and Goromonzi South, the party's national political commissar, Comrade Mike Bima, has probed up the province to ensure a clean sweep.
Chinangwa chatinacho ndechokuti ZANU-PF iwine muma-by-elections iwapo. Saka inini ndauya kuti ndinzwe ma-reports okuti zvakamira sei kwaSeke, zvakamira sei kuGoromodzi South.
The province is also confident of winning the 2 seats in the province.
Andakamira navava vari kurudyi kwangu vanoitwa Comrade Kashambe, Munyaradzi Kashambe, ndivo vari kutimiririra pasarudzo dzacho dzeSeke constituency. Vari kuruboshwe kwangu vanoitwa Comrade Shanda, ndo vari kutimiririra kuGoromodzi South.
Tautangana kutenda support yandiri kupuwa neprovince yedu. Madistrict chairpersons ese abatana namachairwoman nemachairyouth vabatanidza vanhu muGoromodzi South nemaveteran abatidza muGoromodzi South nesupport yatiri kupuwa kwese kwese kumusoro.
Takwanisa kutaura nevabereki mawadzi ese, takwanisa kubatana zvekare nemacandidates ose atakakwikwidzana nawo panguva yemaprimary. Tese takutaura chinhu chimwe chete.
Apart from the 2 constituencies, there are 3 ward seats which are also being contested in Marondera municipality and 1 ward in Seke. Gerald Sasa, CBC News, Marondera.
Uganda has assumed chairmanship of the group of 77 plus China taking over from Cuba, with a commitment by the new chair, President Yoweri Museveni, to continue promoting economic cooperation among member countries. Chief Correspondent Ruben Marwe has more from Kampala, Uganda.
As curtains came down at the Kampala 19th Non-Aligned Summit that came about with the several resolutions last night, among which was the condemnation of Israeli aggression on Palestinian people. The summit also pledged to uphold, promote and respect the United Nations Charter, especially on issues of sovereignty, equality, territorial integrity and non-interference in other countries' affairs. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni of Uganda said, "Let us remain resolute as we champion the development of our respective countries despite the odds against us."
At the group of 77 and China, we should continue to work collectively to ensure that we achieve an international economic order that is just and equitable as envisaged 59 years ago at the founding of the group.
United Nations Secretary General Mr. Antonio Guterres says the world body is ready to play its part, and the theme of the third South Summit, and I quote, "leaving no one behind," end of quote, dovetails well with the United Nations Charter and principles. The group of 77 and China is composed of 134 member states and constitutes over 80% of the global population. And the fear of unilateralism brings the member states even closer together, said MENA Speaker. Ruben Barwe, ZBC News, Kampala.
We now take a look at our African feature. A proponent of African Renaissance, a promoter of principles of democracy, mediator par excellence, former South African President Thabo Mbeki is known for promoting the idea of African solutions to continental challenges. In our African feature tonight, we celebrate South Africa's second democratically elected president from 1999 to 2008, Thabo Mbeki.
Born in rural Transkei in 1942, Thabo Mbeki comes from a Xhosa family deeply involved in the struggle for racial justice in the then apartheid South Africa. Mbeki grew up largely without a father after he was convicted and sentenced to jail for life alongside Nelson Mandela at the infamous Riviana trial in 1964. The African National Congress would become his family, and Oliver Tambo, his adopted father, who sent him to Lovedale College in Eastern Cape before winning a scholarship to study economics at the University of Sussex in England. Mbeki traveled to Moscow during the Cold War when the then USSR supported the black struggle against the apartheid regime and lived in Zambia, the then Swaziland, now Eswatini, and Nigeria during his many years in external ANC. When the Government of National Unity was formed after the first ever democratic elections of 1994, he was selected by Nelson Mandela as his deputy and heir apparent. He went on to be elected unopposed as ANC president in 1997, enabling his rise to the presidency as the ANC candidate in the 1999 elections. As one of the founding presidents of the African Union, Mbeki became the first chair between 2002 and 2007. He participated in the creation of the New Partnership for Africa's Development, NEPAD, in 2001, and at the AU Summit in Durban, launching the African Peer Review Mechanism in 2002 to promote adherence to the AU principles of democracy. He is also remembered for mediating in Zimbabwe's government of national unity between 2008 and 2009. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, he championed peace efforts along with the acceptance of South Africa in what started as exclusively Brazilian, Russian, Indian, Chinese alliance to create BRICS. Mbeki is also remembered for his bilateral partnership with Obasanjo to turn the two regional hegemons, Nigeria and South Africa, into major trading partners, and most of all, his ideal of an African renaissance that kick-started the idea of formulating African solutions to African challenges. Mbeki resigned as president of South Africa on the 25th of September in 2008. Post-presidency, the Thabo Mbeki Foundation was launched on the 10th of October in 2010 and centers around Mbeki's trademark, African Renaissance.
A human presence among all of these, a feature on the face of our native land just defined. I know that none dare challenge me when I say I am an African.
We'll be back shortly after this break.
Is not to simply exist, but to move ahead, to rise up and achieve, to conquer. Introducing Kung Fu Energy Drink, your push for the next conquests. Kung Fu Energy Drink, master the power.
It's time to get stepping, because if you upgrade your DSTV subscription now, we'll step you up to an even higher package.
Respect that.
Upgrade now and step up to even more action. Step up to more football. Step up to more local drama. Step up to more fun and get more than you pay for. Upgrade now and get boosted to the next package at no extra cost. And upgrade to step up and get boosted.
Did you know that according to the World Economic Forum, because of artificial intelligence and green energy, 95% of formal employment opportunities are in the sciences domain, which makes STEM subjects the only viable alternative combinations at A-level. Gnostics Group of Schools is the only A-level STEM school with a team of experienced chemistry, mathematics, physics, and biology teachers, state-of-the-art science laboratories with university-standard science equipment. We have an inclusive A-level enrollment policy where an all-level pass in the STEM subjects is not a prerequisite. Call us now for more information. Gnostics Group of Schools, Chirodzo, Simbi Inorodzo Zime Simbi.
Wildcat, untamed energy.
It's time to get
Welcome back to Sunday Edition. Thank you for staying with us. A 5-year-old modeling sensation from Masvingo has become the talk of town after setting an historic record in local pageants. Having mastered the catwalk, Delish Masango has won it all, including the Little Miss Africa Zimbabwe.
The adage, catch them young, comes to mind when one comes across 5-year-old Delish Masango of Victoria Junior Primary School. She is the queen of the catwalk, having won several local pageants, capping it with the Little Miss Africa Zimbabwe crown. Delish has a supportive mother who has walked the journey with her from day one.
Delish is basically a smart kid. Dish is smart in mind zvese nepakuto pamuviri wake. Dilisha hadichina kuchikoro kwavo vakaita pageant yavakaita, then ndobva aita Miss Victoria Primary. Separate unofara, you know, it's a blessing kuti uone talent yemwana ari mwana mudiki. Anopamba munhu anongoti akangobva kuchikoro anosvika achitora makeup yake achisaisa lipstick, anofarira zvima-nails. Mukangobvisa izvezvi nzara anotora achisaisa pake, using sticky stuff, using whatever she can kuti angowana kungoluka nice. Saka ndopa ndikazoona kuti maybe ndo kwazvinobva.
Delish is not just a beautiful face, but she has the brain too.
Delish is a very bright student, and I enjoy her presence in my classroom. And she's an exceptional child in everything that she does.
My friend is Delish. I like her because she's kind-hearted and friendly and beautiful. My friend is Delish. I like him because she's a model and is friendly.
The Little Miss Africa Zimbabwe is not done yet, as she's set to represent the country at the Little Miss Africa Continental Finals.
My name is Delish Makatendeka Masango. I'm 5 years old. I'm the queen of Masvingo Primary Schools, and I'm your total Little Miss Africa Zimbabwe. I'm excited to go to Nigeria. I'm hoping to come with my crown at home.
Little Miss Africa Continental Finals will be held in Nigeria this year. Miss Martina, ZBC News, Masvingo.
Wow, such beautiful young talent. We wish her all the best in her journey. In our next story, the technology of producing asphalt for road surfacing is modernizing the process, thereby replacing the traditional road surfacing methods of tarmac due to its durability. In our science and technology feature tonight, our Midlands Bureau Chief, Tafara Chukumira, explores the science behind the making of this critical road surfacing material.
The asphalt making machine is by and large driven by a computer-controlled machine where a controller uses the computer to determine the amount of size of the aggregates to be bonded with the petroleum-derived products. The computerized continuous drum mix asphalt plant is one of the latest technologies being used to produce the critical product and is becoming fashionable in industry due to its speed and accuracy in the production of the critical product. The production starts with the loading of concretes in mixers before they are carried with a conveyor belt for various washing, mixing and heating exercises associated with the production of the product.
From the conveyor belt, the aggregates are carried down to that vibratory screen. That vibratory screen selects the unwanted aggregates, maybe the large stones, the roots from our aggregates. So from there, our aggregates are carried into that dryer, the drum. When it's operating, it will be circulating like that in clockwise manner. So inside that dryer, the aggregates are mixed to a uniform proportion, uniform ratio. So from there, there is a burner that acquires diesel from that tank. So that tank supplies diesel to the burner that heats up our aggregates to 160 degrees so that it can liquefy. So after heating the aggregates inside that burner, there's a pump right there that sucks bitumen from the tanks, then it coats the asphalt. Then we produce an asphalt mix, a hot asphalt mix with uniform proportion.
The asphalt produced at the plant comes in different shapes and sizes depending on the specifics by the client intending to use the product.
The size 13, size 10, size 7, and the quarry dust. So when the client wants the coarser grade, we input our mix ratios in the control room. Then it produces a coarse grade. If the client wants a finer grade, we also alter the ratios and produces a finer grade. So it depends on the use of the asphalt. Sometimes we use it on pothole patching, sometimes we use it on the asphalt overlay, sometimes we use it on the construction of road from scratch.
With Zimbabwe now boasting of having such technology, the future of the country's road rehabilitation matrix is guaranteed, as most of the finished products are now locally available. Tafara Chikumira, ZBC News, Gweru.
We'll be back with Sports Buzz after this break.
It's time to get stepping, because if you upgrade your DSTV subscription now, we'll step you up to an even higher package.
Respect that.
Upgrade now and step up to even more action. Step up to more football. Step up to more local drama. Step up to more fun and get more than you pay for. Upgrade now and get boosted to the next package at no extra cost. And upgrade to step up and get boosted.
I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. I don't care if they know the truth about how much I care for you. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care.
Show some love to your fabrics with Boom Bubble Plus washing powder with powerful dirt-fighting enzymes and special color protection, whiter whites and brighter colors. Boom, and the dirt is gone.
The Liquor Licensing Board under the Ministry of Local Government and Public Works is now accepting renewals for the fiscal year 2024 to 2025. Remember, all applications are done online at zimeservices.pfms.gov.zw. Simply attach A. Copy of the current license, B. ZBC radio or TV license, which is available at any ZBC office nationwide, and C. Health inspection report. For a liquor license, you need the following: 1. Letter of approval by local authority. 2. Health inspection report. 3. Copy of the approved plan. 4. Evidence of right of occupation. 5. Proof of publication in the Government Gazette and in the local paper LG1. 6. Affidavit. 7. Certified ID or passport for the licensee and the manager. 8. Company resolution and CR14 form. 9. Police clearance for the licensee and the manager. For more information, contact 0242 704 571. Renew your liquor license and watch your business grow.
Welcome back. And now looking at sports bars, the Zimbabwe under-19 cricket team, the Young Chevrons, got their World Cup campaign underway on a poor note after a 33-run defeat to Sri Lanka at the Oval in South Africa this Sunday.
The young Chevrons found the going tough in their opening match at the International Cricket Council ICC Under-19 World Cup after struggling with the bait in a rain-affected match this Sunday. Zimbabwe, who started strongly with the ball, dismissing Sri Lanka for just 204 runs, failed to emulate their wonderful bowling as they were bundled out for 89 runs, 40 runs shy of the Duckworth-Lewis method revised target of 130 runs. Mausa Tarupati was the destroyer-in-chief, claiming 4 wickets for 17 runs in 2 overs as Zimbabwe faltered after the rain delay. Only the skipper, Matthew Shonkin, took the attack to the Sri Lankan bowlers, but the rest of the pack struggled, resulting in wickets falling in clusters. While it was a bad day for the young ladies, the ladies team avoided a serious defeat at Tarare Sports Club in another rain-affected affair after forcing a tie against Ireland in the second of 3 one-day internationals. Lorraine Chuma was the heroine for the Lady Chevrons with her last ball heroics, giving Zimbabwe another chance to fight again in the series decider on Tuesday. Entrusted with the last ball of Ireland's innings, Chuma proved equal to the task and produced a magical over, which delivered 2 breakthroughs off the last 2 balls to force a tie and deny Ireland a series victory. With Ireland needing 203 runs to win after their innings were reduced to 43 overs due to a rain delay, Ireland, who were on 119 runs for 2, probably thought that they had backed the series, but Zimbabwe's bowlers were a determined lot. While Chuma was spectacular in the last over, youngster Kellyson Lovu was lethal again, grabbing 3 scalps of Ireland's top scorers to end with figures of 3 for 36 in 9 overs. Reynold Ngwarati, ZBC News, Harare.
And that concludes our Sunday edition as we wait for the AFCON match between South Africa and Namibia at 10 p.m. Good night.
The biggest game on the continent.
The Africa Cup of Nations.
This is absolutely incredible from Bounedjah.
Mane! Senegal are African champions.